Welcome. Thank you for coming out diving with us. We've got some brilliant weather today, so without further ado, let's get into the water. You chose a great day to come out on the boat. The underwater world is full of mystery, surprises, and intrigue, but today was especially nice. So we're glad we can share it with you.
There's so many fat ones up there.
Really? Which one? The one with your gun by it?
It's really showing.
If you're into your crayfish, you're going to love this episode. There are plenty around today. Plenty of nice sized crays, super abundant. Crayfish have always been super popular among divers, and with good reason. They taste excellent, provide a good challenge, and above all, they're just very beautiful, very unique creatures. You're often going to find crayfish in caves, crevices, and deep down in the rocks. If you're going to put yourself in these positions, you want to make sure you have a buddy watching you. You don't want to find yourself stuck underwater in a cave. Not a good place to be. So keep your wits about you, keep your buddy about you if you're going to be pushing your limits and doing dodgy things. Recently, I've been having a lot of fun using a 3-prong pole spear. So today I brought it out with me to target a couple leather jackets. As I've said in quite a few other videos, these things are great eating, great hunting, not the hardest fish, but just a really nice fish to target on the 3-prong pole spear. I came across this little crack that was just loaded up with crayfish. Most of them were legal, but there was a really nice one sitting in behind them. I tried to have a grab at it, but it ended up spooking, scare everything out, and push them all to the back. So no go for that one. Luckily, I was fortunate enough to come across this leather jacket that came in to check me out as I was sussing out the crays. He wasn't too lucky and ended up in the float boat. I am honestly so grateful to live in New Zealand. It's such a beautiful place to live. Next time you're out there, just take some time to appreciate the scenery and how lucky you are to live in a place like this. I will be the first to admit that I'm not very good at pole spearing. I'm just learning and perfecting my techniques. Luckily for me, leather jackets aren't the most intelligent fish. This one was smart enough to run away initially, but only left with this little cave and didn't give himself much room to actually escape. I took a shot, didn't get full penetration on it, so I put him up against the rocks, try to stab it through, but obviously it's not going to go too far. After that, I decided on the correct course of action and pull him onto the spear. With the exception of pole spearing, when I'm out diving, I'm always looking for something special. I'm always looking for something larger or something that stands out to me. So while I did see a lot of crays in the spot, I really didn't have a crack at too many. I didn't take any. I didn't find anything that I was really stoked on, so I just left them. Because I knew I was going to get some opportunities later on the day. It was still early. No rush. Even while the water is still cold, there are plenty of fish to be found. If you know where to find fish, you're going to find them regardless of what time of year it is. It's all about understanding what you're looking for. That said, luckily for us, crayfish are a lot less seasonal than species like kingfish. They're going to be around all year. If you look under rocks, you're going to bump into them, no matter when it is. I got really lucky with this one here, just managed to grab him as he was escaping, and he ended up in the float boat. A decent cray like this always makes it well worthwhile passing on the smaller models. It's about quality, not quantity. If you are interested in protecting crayfish stocks in your local area, I would highly recommend that you try and only take male crayfish. Taking large female crayfish out of an area has a lot more of an impact than removing the males. The females are the ones that are producing the eggs, and the larger the crayfish is, the more eggs it will produce. Blue maomao have always been one of my favourite fish. Not necessarily to eat, but they're just very beautiful and friendly. There were some nice sized ones here, so I decided to take the mini roller for a spin and shoot one. Unfortunately, this large one managed to pass out in front of a smaller one as I took the shot, getting a 2-for-1 special. Can't complain really, but wasn't necessarily trying to do this. However, neither of the fish will go to waste, of course. If you kill something, it's your responsibility to put it to good use. If you kill something and just throw it back, come on man, that's not good. Don't do that. Blue maomao are excellent fish for sashimi. However, this doesn't mean you can't cook them other ways. As I'm recording this voiceover, I actually have the small one getting smoked up, ready to be eaten for lunch. When I go diving, I am out for hours, and get less than an hour of footage typically. I'm very conscious of your time, so I cut it down as much as I can, only include the best parts. I want you to have the best experience possible. No frills, no bullshit, straight into the action, good content, nothing but the best. And that's my philosophy in making videos. Shout out to Floyd for taking us out this day on his boat. Always a pleasure to dive with. This next clip is a bit embarrassing. I just nick it here with the first shot before reloading and scuffing it again. So the leather jacket breaks off, goes down this gut under a ledge. I have a look for him, but I can't find him. No one's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, but this next shot was pretty close. Probably the longest shot I've actually gotten on the pole spear. And full penetration at this range, I was pretty happy. Good way to secure a leather jacket. I'd feel pretty bad shooting these on a 110 roller gun, but with the pole spear, it's a little bit more of a level playing field. The most significant advantage of using a pole spear over a regular spear gun is the ease of use and how quickly you can reload. Here I take a bad shot. Wasn't ideal, but within seconds I was able to reload and take a good solid holding shot. Obviously you're always trying to take clean shots that don't tear out. However, it's not always possible. This kind of equipment doesn't have a lot of power, so you need to be very selective. But you're always going to make mistakes. Such as this case here. I take a shot, hit a rock, but no worries. Reload, take another shot, and you got your fish. Simple as that. Obviously, most fish aren't going to give you as many opportunities as leather jackets. But that's okay, because they're a good species to learn on. Life is about learning, trying new things, and growing as a person. Try a pole spear, and you may experience all three of these things. What you're seeing in this video is not multiple species. For the most part, it is all blue maomao. Juvenile blue maomaos have a yellow tinge underneath, which generally fades as they become larger. The underwater world is extremely expansive and complicated. I am still learning every time I stick my head in the water. This episode's sustainability message is if you kill a fish, eat the fish. Catch you on the next one.